Hello, y'all. Leanne from No Cure for Happy, and today I want to talk about breast cancer. Surprise, surprise. This is a breast cancer channel. So, do you have breast cancer? Do you know someone who does have breast cancer? Are you caring for someone who has breast cancer? This is where you need to be. If you're not any of those things, then see you later. You can check out now because you're not going to be interested in anything I have to say. And that's not going to hurt my feelings. But if you are on the committee, the breast cancer committee, we meet here. This is No Cure for Happy. And like I said before, I'm Leanne. I'm your virtual oversharer and all around smart aleck. That's besides the point. Today, we're going to be talking about treatment plans. We're going to be talking about diagnosis. We're going to be talking about how fast things can change. And we're going to be talking about how quickly you can turn the ship around. So there's going to be some real talk here, and also there's going to be just a lot of hope shared. So if you're looking for hope, if you're looking for starting a good conversation with your oncology team, with your family, with your friends, this might give you some good talking points. Okay, let's start. So just as a side note, there have been 2 people that are like proximally in my orbit in the last 2 weeks who have been either re-diagnosed with breast cancer or newly diagnosed with breast cancer. And so this is affecting everybody. So I've been on my treatment plan since May the 1st of 2024. We are now just a little over 5 months from that date. And I want you guys to stick around to the end of the video because I'm going to be sharing something at the end of the video that you're going to want to hear. And that's not a trick. It's not a trick to get you to stick around. If you don't have time and you want to come back later, see you later. But it's just the way I'm going to be in this video. I'm going to talk about it at the end. So how fast do things snowball? Well, I'm going to give you a little brief reminder of my timeline. 2.5 years ago, I was diagnosed with DCIS because I had a routine mammogram and they found microcalcifications, like a small nodule that you could actually feel if you felt my left breast, you could feel a lump there. I hadn't noticed it beforehand necessarily. I had smaller, high density breasts, which put me into a higher risk category. Besides the point, had a routine mammogram. On routine mammogram, found something of concern. That was escalated to ultrasound. The ultrasound was concerning. That was escalated to biopsy. The biopsy was concerning. It showed that I had ductal carcinoma in situ, DCIS. I was then slated to have, normally you would be treated with lumpectomy, followed by a course of radiation to ensure that that didn't develop beyond the in situ portion of it and become invasive. But because I had already had every single dose of radiation that I could in my lifetime, due to having Hodgkin's lymphoma at age 17, I could no longer undergo radiation treatment. So I opted for a radical mastectomy. I had both breasts removed. I had skin sparing, nipple sparing, bilateral mastectomy. My pathology from that came back that I not only had DCIS, which in effect is stage 0 cancer, but I also had invasive ductal carcinoma. Let that sink in. The pathology from my biopsy of the DCIS showed microinvasion. Well, that microinvasion between biopsy time and surgery time, that microinvasion was hard at work. Microinvading, learning how to get through the basement membrane, learning how to get through the epithelial wall, becoming invasive. I was diagnosed with invasive ductal carcinoma. I had 3 lymph nodes dissected and removed. All 3 of those were negative. So I'll remind you, I had early stage invasive ductal carcinoma that was node negative. But I had a little something on my pathology from surgery that was concerning called LVI, lymphovascular invasion. Not compelling enough to make any oncologist treat me with systemic therapy. Not compelling enough for my oncologist to work harder to convince me to take the tamoxifen. Nope. I was given a 1% chance of recurrence. So I said, I'm going to take that 1% chance and I'm going to run with it, which is what I did. Fast forward 2 years later, couldn't breathe. Go back and watch the other videos where you see me with my lovely oxygen on. We're all oxygen dependent, right? Like I'm on room air right now. If I didn't have air in this room, I wouldn't be breathing. But I was on supplementary oxygen for 3 months, 24/7. My saturation levels on room air were dipping into the 80s, at times the 70s. I was not thriving. I was also sleeping most of the day, could not figure out why I couldn't take a deep breath in without feeling pain, could not understand why I had blue fingernails and my lips were turning blue. Somehow I could still fit a workout in. I don't know how. I just think it's mind over matter, and I have a high tolerance for discomfort and pain. As far as what ended up happening was I was misdiagnosed with pneumonia 2 or 3 times during that period of time. Finally, on a CT scan, they found many hot spots on my bones, which were determined to be bony metastases. So knowing that I had, breast cancer that had likely metastasized into my bones, suddenly this issue with my breathing, because I had a persistent cough, I had shortness of breath, and this had been going on and on and on. I needed to rule out infection, and that was what the differential was all these different infectious, different possibilities. So went for a bronchoscopy, found out that I had breast cancer cells in the bronchoalveolar lavage. So that was not fun. Then we found out why I couldn't breathe very well, because the breast cancer had not only metastasized to my bones, and most of my bones, by the way, were super highly metabolic on PET scan, but also I had solid tumor in my lungs, as well as ground glass opacities and many areas of consolidation, and as well fluid. So the diagnosis being lymphangitic carcinomatosis, which is where you have an infiltration of the lymphatics in the lungs with malignant cells. What a bonus prize. I'm saying all this really fast so that I can fit it in, because we're at the 7-minute mark and I haven't even told you the good news yet. The good news is that after being at death's door and literally feeling like there's no way that I can come back from this, I've been on leuprolide injections every month, anastrozole tablet 1 a day. Those are anti-estrogen therapies. That stops my body from producing estrogen, induces menopause. Thank you, hot flashes. And basically stops the cancer from having a food source. I also take Kisqali, also known as ribociclib, daily, 2 a day for 21 days. Then I go on a 7-day break to give my bone marrow a chance to bounce back before I go back on. I think I'm on round 7 of that now. Guys, I had my PET scan. I have shown a healing response on all fronts. Every single lesion on my bone that was osteolytic has now converted to sclerotic, which is considered a healing response. I have very low or background metabolic activity in my bones. So we can't say no evidence of disease here with respect to my bones, but what we can say is that cancer is not thriving. Praise anastrozole, praise Kisqali, praise hope, praise the prayers. Whatever I've been clinging to, everything that I've been doing, everything my doctors and my whole team of healthcare practitioners have been doing has worked. So why do I say all this? Because I'm not just screaming this into the ether, okay? This is a YouTube channel, and some might say, oh, you do this for attention. Okay, maybe. But you know what? Not really. I know I'm helping someone. Because I did not think that I could turn that ship around. And in 5 months, I have no evidence of a solid mass tumor in my lungs. The ground glass opacities and the consolidative areas in my lungs have converted to scarring. I still have at least 85% volume capacity in my lungs. People, I'm doing well. This is the word of the day. I'm going to say it to you, and I'm going to say it loud and clear, okay? Remission. So if you can take a girl like me, and again, go back and look at my videos. I was, insert swear word there, at death's door. Literally, death was knocking at my door. Not anymore. Not anymore, honey. So again, I'll say it. I'm not exactly screaming into the ether here, okay? I'm helping someone, at least one person, get the hope that they need in the darkness. And I will tell you, for all the trolls, all the bandwidth bandits, and all the hijackers who live in the comments section, it's not been THC or cannabis or CBD oil or celery juice or any of that other stuff that apparently you can't talk about that's cured me. It's literally been science, okay? And probably some prayers, positivity, staying active, having purpose, having meaning. Are you hearing all the keywords here? Purpose, meaning, medicine, okay? So who have I helped today? Well, probably more people than the trolls in the comment section, right? Because they're not helping anybody but themselves to some more Cheetos or more negativity or I don't know what. I don't know. Okay, so I've asked you to stick around to the end. It's now 11 minutes into this video. Let's all just take a deep breath, because it literally took me, you don't celebrate when someone says remission. You don't celebrate. Why? Because you've been holding it together for months, keeping a happy, brave face because you want to give other people the hope that they so need. You want to live up to the hopes and dreams that other people have for you when you're sick. And the truth is it's a lot. It's a lot of heavy lifting, like Charles Atlas over here. But I'm here to tell you that, I cried. Tears were finally shed. I was finally able to depressurize and feel like I can start planning my life again. So if you've come here for hope, I hope I've given it to you. If you've come here to be a jackass, just go. You had your chance 12 minutes ago. If you've come here to feel normal, I hope I've provided that for you, because you're not alone. There are so many people going through this. You don't need to be screaming into the ether when you can come to this place called YouTube and learn about someone else's situation and ask some questions in the comment section from this community, okay? Start the conversation. Go out there, enjoy this beautiful fall weather. The colors are blooming, blasting. There's been auroras, all of the solar flares, Earth's shields are up. Just get out there and enjoy the nature and the beauty of things, because winter's on its way. And if you're coming from the other side of the world, well, enjoy your beautiful start to your summer and all that other good stuff. And come back here as often as you want. You're never going to hear me talk smack about anyone except for those who deserve it. The trolls, the bandwidth bandits, and all that good stuff. So if you want to like the video, go ahead. If you want to dislike the video, that's cool too. If you want to subscribe, awesome. No skin off my teeth. Literally, me, the dogs, we're here to just talk into the ether about what's going on in our world, because we know it's going to help at least one of y'all, okay? Talk to you later. Or not. Love you. Bye.